Hey everyone, welcome back. Robert Christopher here. We are Conscious Creators. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to talk about human programming and how humans get programmed. And it starts at birth, or even actually before you were born. So let's get right into it. So when you were born, science tells us that the first few years of your life, and even within the last trimester before you were born, you, as a newborn baby, spend the first few years of your life kind of bouncing around from alpha brainwaves and then into what we call theta brainwaves. These are alpha brainwaves. These are much slower, peaceful, dreamlike brainwaves where your imagination is free and it's free to create anything. You're much more in the present moment, and you basically have yet to be programmed. Why? You simply just have not been alive long enough to hardwire anything into your brain. So the difference is, as an adult, you normally spend most of your day in high beta brainwaves or just beta brainwaves, whatever, either low, mid, or high beta brainwaves. So if you're in a stressful situations, because you're thinking and feeling more about survival related things like, money, bills, your ex, jobs, mortgages, and so on, you tend to be in high beta brainwaves, and that's normal. In this state, this is a predictable past program that you're running. You are in the past living in survival instead of creation, and due to the hormones of stress, basically. So by the time you're about 7 years old, again, through patterns of repetition, you become, at some point you become conditioned into beta. And studies have shown that by the age of 7, you have been programmed mostly by your external environment through repetition of thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and most likely by your parents or your siblings or family members, whatever your environment is. Your living situation, whether it's good or bad, that's what's doing the programming. And since that is what is dictating how you think and feel, that's what's developing your programs. So an example, have you ever wondered why you become just like one of your parents when you get older? And if you come from an abusive childhood, for example, you most likely will carry that program into your adult life. So, in the first 7 years, the environment that you're raised is incredibly important. And the programs that you have, after the age of 7, you just carry into your adult life. And at that point, your mind is the brain in action, So when neurological tissue in the brain and body is activated, it creates what we call your mind. When the neurons in your brain fire and wire together repetitively over and over, it creates an automatic program that's stored in your brain. That's your program. For the most part, your brain is a living record of everything you learned and have experienced from your past. Emotions are end products to those experiences, because you want to feel how you think, right? And those emotions can be seen as chemical residue left in our brains from our past experiences. And like any other chemical, you can absolutely become addicted to these chemicals. So most of your experiences come from interaction from your external environment, your parents, how you were raised, your house, wherever you were grown up. And when you experience a highly charged emotional event, it becomes embossed in your brain, and that's what we call a memory. So the only place if you think about it, the only place that the past exists is in your brain and in your body. It's actually not even real. So over time, your past now starts to become your future, and you're just running this loop, this thinking, feeling loop. As you think as you think the same thoughts each day, your brain is firing and wiring the same circuits, and you're hardwiring your brain into the same patterns, making it easier to think automatically. And like I said earlier, because emotions are end products of an experience, you now start to begin to feel the same emotions over and over as well. So we could say if thoughts are the language of the brain and emotions are the language of the body, you are conditioning your body into the past. So, if you cannot think greater than how you feel, you're simply thinking in the past and you're running a past program. Those same thoughts and feelings over and over become familiar, influencing each choice that you make each day. And that's generally what you default to each day. So as a result, you are now becoming a predictable person, and your life, therefore your life's just going to stay the same. The proof is in the observation of your daily routine. Think about what you do every day. It's probably similar every day. Let's just say you get up each day at the same time, turn your alarm off, then you go to your cell phone, you check your cell phone just to remember your identity. Then you go to the bathroom, use the toilet, take a shower, brush your teeth, and then you go get your coffee and probably use the same coffee mug. Basically, it's the same routine you follow every single day. And obviously, if you keep doing these same routines over and over, it now becomes a habit. And basically, let's just define a habit. A habit is a redundant set of automatic, unconscious thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that you acquire through repetition. That means now your body is on autopilot, and you're simply just running a series of programs over time, your body becomes the mind. You keep doing this long enough, these networks become hardwired into the brain, and basically you have emotionally conditioned your body to live in the past. And that's why your life never changes, and that's why things just keep repeating over and over, if you think about it. So, now you're in a loop, and your past now is becoming your future, and, because you're living in the past, the present moment is no longer available to you, and the present is really all that exists. So now that you've become predictable, you're never in the present moment, and therefore there's no room for the unknown or new possibilities and new potentials, and that this is why you're stuck and your life stays the same. If you can predict the feeling of any experience, you're obviously in the known, right? Which means you're in the past again. As this thinking, feeling loop starts to become more hardwired, and thoughts and feelings see thoughts and feelings as energy in motion. What you're doing now is you're simply siphoning energy out of the present moment, and you're putting all of that energy into the past, into your programs. And this loop produces a measurable electromagnetic field that surrounds your body. And if you are thinking and feeling the same thoughts every day, basically you're broadcasting the same type of energy with the same message. And this is why nothing changes. You are programmed. The only way that you can change your life is you have to change your energy. So, if you wanted to change your state of being, you're going to have to change the way you think and feel. And I think, in my opinion, that requires new information. It's important to know that where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So, when you place your attention on a familiar emotion, both your attention and your energy are now in the past. So the question is it possible, or how, to get out of this past-present program and basically recondition your body to start following your mind into an unknown? Well, the answer is yes, but you need to change where you put your attention, right? Which would change your energy. But that's going to require you to change how you think and how you feel long enough, you got to keep doing it consistently, how you think and feel long enough for something new to happen. Basically, you must flip the script. And programmings, we all have been programmed at such a young age, but to me, what the beautiful thing about the human body is you can tap into your subconscious mind, and with the right tools and repetition and discipline, you can get out of those programs. You can reprogram your life to whatever it is you desire. And boy, I sure think that's a very powerful thing to do. And yes, it requires a lot of awareness, and yes, it requires, we'll just say mastering. You have to master the general present moment. You don't just find it and stay in it. It's a practice, and you have to master it. And you start doing these things, and you're bringing in new thoughts and feelings, and I think you need new information as well, and that's why I'm here. And be aware. I think you'll start seeing a lot of changes in your life, because how you think and feel, basically, it mirrors how your life is. So anyway, thank you guys all for joining us. Robert Christopher here. I really appreciate you guys. I have a great community behind me right now. I love the feedback. So reach out to me anytime. I love each and every one of you. And let's not live in survival. Wake up every day, and every day is a new day to create something new. So what are you guys going to create today? Anyway, thanks again. I love you. As above, so below.